Hi guys, KT Fit here. Today I want to give you guys a really very valuable information. I want to talk about joint centration, how to stand, how to position yourself, which also translate into working out. So it does not matter if you don't even work out, if you're a fitness beginner, or if you're a professional athlete. It will all narrow down to the same thing. So when we talk about joint centration, what it actually means is that you are with your shoulders, hips, with your neck, with your spine properly aligned. So you want to have like a natural curve of the lower spine, slight in the thorax and the upper shoulders, also like a slight natural curve, but not too much. Usually, we see people, also exercise specialists, like very tight in the hip flexors, a very strongly arched back, shoulders kyphotic to the front, which is very unhealthy position to be in. It will intensify you will have a lot of tension in your lower back. You're gonna evidently get a lot of tension in your neck. It will also, if you're in this position, like kyphotic, the shoulders to the front, we're gonna bring the rib cage down, we're gonna restrict the diaphragm breathing, which is very important for us. So you want to have actually the diaphragm and the pelvic floor should be parallel. So when the diaphragm pulls down, when we breathe into the belly, which we should do during the day all the time, unless we work out and really need full capacity, then the diaphragm should be parallel to the pelvic floor. So we're not parallel here and we are not parallel here, so it should be like in a neutral position. The diaphragm will pull down, activate the pelvic floor, transverse abdominal, erector spine, a lot of muscles for the core muscles. And when we talk about core, actually, what it means is actually creating this canister that stabilize our lower spine, our spine. And then when we do any kind of movement where we move the limbs, that the core, the pelvis, the hips, and the lower spine stays actually in the same position. Now, what do we talk about? What does it mean, neutral spine? How do we get there? So it's very simple. Just stand shoulder width apart, feet shoulder width apart. You can squeeze the buns a little bit and tilt the hips. In the abs, you want to have like 20%, like a slight tension. Yeah, you don't want to be here. You want to be here. Squeeze the buns. The shoulders, I usually do to reset it like a half circle. Bring the shoulders down, back down, and then relax them there. Slight double chin, and then the ears should be above your shoulders. So this is a neutral spine, which gives us, relaxes a lot of muscles. And another thing is, you also want to check where you stand. If you're a little bit more standing on the toes, evidently, your lower back will kick in too much. Your gluteus medius, your glutes will kick in too much. So if you stand over hours and hours, these muscles will fatigue. Yeah? So that's why you end up with lower back pain, those kind of things. So make sure that you stay more on the heel and midfoot. Yeah? And you can actually check this if you are standing in the neutral position. The way you do it, if you put your fingers, your thumbs, index fingers, right up from the spine, the lower back on the right and on the left. Now you want to push the thumbs here, and then if you bring either the head to the front or the shoulders to the front, they will kick in. Yeah? If you lean on the toes, you're gonna feel that they will kick in. So neutral spine means that you tilt the hips a little bit, squeeze the buns. You should actually feel that they are relaxed. Yeah? The same with the gluteus medius, with this on the buttocks, upper sides. It's going to react the same way. If you lean forward, they will kick in. Yeah? If you're in neutral spine, they should be pretty relaxed. If you have a lot of tone there, you know that you are during the day not in a neutral spine. So the same thing, the same neutral spine you will use during the day, but also when you work out. So let's say you do a plank, going to be in the neutral spine. If you do a chest press, same thing, shoulder blades back and down, squeeze the buns, you will be in a neutral spine. If you do row, it's going to be the same thing. If you do overhead press, it's going to be the same thing. No matter what you do, if you squat, you're going to maintain a neutral spine. If you deadlift, it's going to be the same, just work out of the hips. So it's very important to be aware of this, to know, okay, what does it mean to create a neutral spine? It will affect the way we breathe. Yeah. So if we like very lordotic, so we have a strong curves in the lower back, we're not gonna be in a neutral spine, and our rib cage will flare out, which is not a good position to be in, because we can't really activate our inner core properly. You don't want to be here, and you don't want to be too kyphotic, because that will also inhibit our breathing. So you want to be in a neutral spine where the diaphragm and the pelvic floor are parallel to each other, which creates a nice round canister. We can breathe properly. We can use this breathing pattern, the diaphragm breathing, also to create inner core tension, which is very important when we work out, to stabilize the spine. No matter what kind of exercise we do, we always engage the core. So there are like so many benefits out of it. Like I said, it does not matter if you are prone to back problems, you want to stay in this neutral position. If you work out, you want to stay in this neutral position. And even like for professional athletes, I see a huge lack of knowledge in that kind of sense, that they are very kyphotic, and they are in bad positions when they actually squat, when they do certain exercises, which makes them more prone for injuries as well. So I hope this helped you. If you have questions, please send me an email, or send a message so I can answer your questions and help you guys to get into a neutral spine and in a good position during the day. Take care.